Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here with part number 1 of my 2-point campus playthrough. Yes, we are going to be starting the series, starting our journey as a campus administrator and hopefully starting to build what I'm going to call an educational empire. And throughout our journey we are going to be accompanied by Albert Crank, our personal advisor. This is what he is going to say. Welcome to 2-Point County. You may not have any experience as a campus administrator, I certainly do not, but the people at Frishley County College are eager to give you a chance. I'm not sure what that says about them, but hey, let's head to Frishley Meadows and get started on your academic empire. It's a good job they're going to give us a chance, because I'm not sure how we're going to fare at our very first university. Before we get into that though, we are going to have a look around the 2-Point County map. We seem to have in the corner some extreme weather conditions and a nuclear station. That doesn't really go well together, does it? We have a bustling city, a huge stadium over there. We have a castle, maybe for a bit of night school, with a K, of course, not at night time. Heading over here, we seem to have a really cool futuristic city cornered off to the left, and then some sort of a goth haven over there towards the hills and the mountains. And then at the top, I do believe that may be Mitten University. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, but I think that is Mitten University. But we are going to be starting our journey here at Frishley Meadows with starting funds of 500,000. Quite a healthy amount to begin with. 500,000, I'll certainly take that. In terms of Frishley Meadows, this countryside college has low expectations. That's certainly what we need, and a nice canal, such an important feature of every single town or city. It is the perfect place to start our career. I certainly do agree. Let's get into it then.
A university is not something that one simply opens, like a savings account or a jar of pickles. Any self-respecting academic institution was doubtlessly opened long ago by dignified people who wore bowler hats and spoke via subtitle. The world is a creation of the past, and it is our job to keep it all going and try not to touch anything.
Welcome to Frishley Meadows. Unfortunately, I'm not currently wearing a bowler hat, but hopefully we do stand a chance as a university administrator. Welcome to Frishley Meadows, where life moves slowly and expectations are lowly. That's certainly a positive way to start. The 2-Point Countryside is a perfect place to start your career. Learn the ropes, make mistakes, and hit the ground smiling. Exactly what we want to hear on entrance to our very first university campus. In terms of the course info, we are going to be running a scientography course, and we are going to be taking in 10 students to begin with. Welcome to campus, says our personal assistant, Albert Crank. Before you start churning out geniuses, you'll need to learn the basics of campus management. Before we do that, though, we are going to have a look round Frishley Meadows, and of course the main feature is the canal, and I absolutely love the detail on these boats. It's fantastic to see, not just such detail in terms of the campus itself and of course the rooms and the buildings, but of these fantastic outskirts. Of course, we've got the lovely canal going and running all the way along here. The buildings look absolutely spectacular, to say the least. And the little details like the telephone boxes, the lamppost, the bus stop, the swings, and so on. It seems we have, in terms of expanding, one plot over there, a large area over here. That's another plot. And then up here, we have another 2 plots, so a total of 4 plots to expand into already at our very first university campus. And we've got a lovely, what I'm going to call a light bulb statue. That is a light bulb statue. We've got a light bulb on the head. Seemed like a good idea, and that was suddenly caused by a light bulb moment, wasn't it, to say the least. Welcome to campus. Before you start churning out geniuses, we are going to be moving around the camera. We are really starting well, aren't we? We'll zoom in, pan around, move around, and so on, because you can't churn out geniuses if you don't know how to move the camera around. Our campus is going to start by running a scientography course. Let's start by building a science lab. Got to have some science going on, whether it's a high school, primary school, university, or college, but this is not science as we know it. This is going to be a bit more spectacular. Minimum room size is 5 by 5, but we are not going to be following all the minimum room sizes here at 2 Point Campus like I did on 2 Point Hospital, because what I want to do is make some really nice, cool rooms for learning, increase the prestige level, and then hopefully we should get some better grades as a result, which is really, really important. We are going to have a look at maybe placing what is our massive whiteboard with loads of cool diagrams, drawings, writing on there, and lots of notes. I wonder whether to place it on that wall or this wall. I think we'll go with this wall over here, and then we've got our massive machine. This looks so cool. I cannot wait to see the animations for it. It seems that sort of the control section at the front is over here, so we'll face that towards the board, and then we'll place that over there. We seem to have a few more items we can already place, and room-specific decoration too, as we do have some science shelves, as I'm going to call them. We seem to have a couple of Bunsen burners on the top, some absolute necessities for every science lab, but I'm sure with 2 Point Campus they will not be Bunsen burners. They'll probably be something weird and wacky instead, or they're certainly going to probably have a very different name. And then we're going to place our whiteboard over there. I do think we're going to move these shelves a bit more out of the way, to say the least, and then we'll do the same with our shelf over here. And we can, of course, as always, place a plant or two to nicely spruce it up and add some vibrance to the room. And look at that, these are different plants from 2 Point Hospital, and I absolutely love these. They look a bit more realistic, and they're a bit more vibrant, I would say, a bit more colourful, a bit more exciting. Exactly what we want to see. And since we have this empty wall over here, why not add another one of these boards in, just to fill in the space? And there we have it, our very first room, the science lab. And it's already prestige level 3, which is absolutely fantastic to start with. So a prestige level 3 room, and now we have to hire a teacher, of course. It's no good if I'm just stood there talking about some stuff that I don't know, and they're just causing absolute havoc and setting the whole building on fire with the machine. So we are going to hire Alison Fluster. Hopefully she doesn't get too flustered by some of our students who will be arriving. Iron bladder, toilet comfort decreases slower than most. That's certainly going to be helpful. Rapid move faster than most. She'll be able to get around the campus to the lessons very quickly. And more Ricky than Nigel. Well, I don't know who Ricky is, and I don't know who Nigel is. I think they might actually be the 2 Point Campus radio people, which is absolutely fantastic. They can't work in the science lab, but we can throw them in there. I'm sure you can work in the science lab, Alison, but we'll get you in there fairly soon. Great work. We now have everything we need to run our scientography course, so we can start the new year. Away we go then. We are going to start to go at normal speed in January. And let's see, we got someone coming up here. That's really cool, actually. So I was wondering whether we would, but we've got a school bus coming too. Really, really cool way to start. We've got a telephone box over here to our very first student, Dave Rainbow. What a colourful guy. And he's quite studious. That's a very good trait to, of course, have. He should be bringing us home some solid grades. And now the school bus has arrived, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students arriving there. Of course, we should be having an intake of 10 for our first year. Wulfric Half Moon, we seem to have a bit of a goth student going on. Dark Aura bestows happiness on others. That's a lovely trait to have. Shy, that's alright. I'm sure I'll be able to make a couple of similar friends. And Lollygagger, moves slower than most, minus 10% movement speed. That could be a tad of an issue, but it's great to have him on board as one of our students too. I think we're going to follow him. Quite a recognisable student, quite a lot of character going on, and we are going to follow him. He's now just walked this direction and then the other way, but of course, we should be running a scientography class fairly soon. Should be starting our journey. We already do have a lecture room built over here, quite a large one too. Not sure if I'd have made it this big, but now here we go. We are going to be slowing it down and watching this very first class. Who knows what will happen? That's what Albert's saying, and I could certainly agree with him. Someone seems to be a bit late to lesson. Come on, people. Come on, we only have 4 of them here. We should surely have a few more students, but she's currently pointing at what is quite an interesting board at the moment. Yep, someone is late to lesson. That's not the best way to start the school year. But, okay, never mind. At the moment, she's currently looking at all these diagrams and drawings, which is absolutely fantastic to see, waving them off, and now we get the fun bit. We get the action, and we get to see them using these weird and wacky machines. At the moment, he's using an oversized hammer to hit a sphere. Welcome to 2 Point Campus. This is exactly what we wanted. And we got some molten magma rock there, exploding. He's nearly falling into the wall. We don't want a dent in that already. A newly built room was quite expensive. That is fairly cool at the moment. Great to see some experiments going on. He's currently operating what seems like an oversized Bunsen burner with multicolored flames. We love to see that. As students learn, they gain experience points or XP, which increase their academic level. Well, we want some of those experience points, don't we? Make the most of this lesson, guys. Come on. Let's use some of these very cool looking weird machines. We've got a zap ray over here from out of some sci-fi thing. I'm sure there may be some sort of a sci-fi course later. These guys could stand a chance at that. What is he doing? Oh dear, Wolfric. I wouldn't advise drinking the blue juice. You know, we don't know what that is. It's same colour as things like bleach. But yeah. Just a normal thing for a 2 Point Campus student to go and do. I mean, it's university, I suppose. You don't know what's going to happen. Let's start speeding up a bit. We do have to, of course, complete this class. It is 50% of the way there. That's quickly increasing in terms of the percentage. I really do love this room to start with. And what a cool machine we have. There are going to be plenty of cool machines in this game. It is going to be so much fun, to say the least. Wolfric, mate. I know you're a bit of a dark man, but we do not need to drink all this blue stuff. I'm sure we'll have some vending machines later on. It's really not that bad. It is really not. Dear me, that was quite an explosion, to say the least. These guys learning at the moment. Let's see how we're doing. You've been doing plenty of work. Willow Weaver weaving his way into the academic side of school at the moment. Studious, of course, we will be learning quite a lot. Learning rate 105%. Very, very solid. What about our guy Wolfric Half Moon? 103%. Very, very solid. Great work, Wolfric, at the moment. You can see not too much drama to start with, and that's what we love to see. She's walked out just before the class completed. Someone really does not want to be staying in that classroom any longer, and now got a load of unsupervised students with a massive machine and plenty of science equipment. Exactly what we want. Unfortunately, it was at most a seat, but great to see them pass that first class. They did it. The students passed their first class. Sadly, they didn't do all that well. It seems a number of them were distracted by one need or the other. A student that has everything that they need will become more happy, less distracted, and be able to focus on their studies. That's what we want, in an enthusiastic and cheerful haze. And I presume we're going to be getting some challenges fairly soon. A student needs, such as their thirst or toilet comfort, will affect their overall happiness. Happy students perform better in classes and earn more XP, which means better grades for us. And what do we want at a campus? Grades, of course, and money. I mean, this is capitalism at the same time too, isn't it? Take a look at our students and see what we can do to improve the campus at the moment. We seemingly need some dormitories. Looking a bit tired. The key to campus hospitality is to remember the 3 R's. Students need somewhere to relax themselves, to rest themselves, and to relieve themselves. Relax, rest, I suppose, kind of similar. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Sure, 2 of those might be the same thing, but it does sound convincing. Let's build a dormitory and a bathroom to keep people comfortable. Let's get into that then, shall we? Building some more rooms, and this time they aren't educational, although I presume we'll be able to place a couple of desks in here for the guys to study a bit more, and girls here at our campus, our very first campus, of course. We are going to go straight in with a couple of beds over here. I think we'll go and place them on the back wall, and we'll alternate with some colours, make it a bit more vibrant and exciting. I do already love the different choices we have. 3 different beds to choose from. We've got a white bed frame, a black bed frame, and a brown bed frame. I really do like the white and the black. They go really well together, and some nice colours too, generally because of the sheets with the blue, and we've got a bit of yellow going on too. And then we are going to go and place a couple of wardrobes, one of the mandatory items that have to be added in, and I do think we need a bit of a bigger dormitory at the moment. We don't want to cram everyone in, do we? So we are going to go and expand this a tad further, and we are going to then make it 6 by 4. Of course, we need some areas to sleep and some areas to relax and unwind, but we'll get to relaxing and unwinding in a minute with student lounges and student unions. That is where the absolute carnage is going to ensue. Really excited to see those rooms there. We are going to place a few of these desks then, and we are going to go with this sort of a design. We're going to utilise space here. We're going to have sort of a studying square, as I'm going to call it. That sounds pretty good. We'll place a couple of these. I love 2 Point Hospital campus banners over at the sides of the room because, I mean, who doesn't love 2-point campus? At the moment, though, we do need to move these beds back a bit. I don't know how that's happened, but they're certainly not exactly how we want them. They can be placed against the wall, allowing a bit more space to walk through. And, of course, now the decorations. What are we going to place? Have a guess? A plant. As always, got to have a couple of plants, don't you? And we're going to place one next to the wardrobe over there, and then we've got enough space to place some hand sanitizer, keep everyone clean, and finally, a notice board, as we always have to do. Apparently, that's not going to work, so what we are going to do is place maybe a couple along here, actually. That could be a good idea. And there we have it. Our dormitory has been built. We've got a window over there. I might actually go and place another couple of windows. Forgot about them. That's something I did also do on 2-Point Hospital. I did forget a bit about windows, so we are going to... That is a massive window. We don't want that. We'll place a couple of smaller ones over here. Look at that. I do love how it equips them with these really nice blinds, and you can see on that side, got a couple of windows over there, and one stuck behind the wardrobe at the moment. I might actually pick that up, move it across, and make that visible. And look at that, we have quite the dormitory to start with. We are going to be building some top-class rooms, in my opinion. They are going to be top-class, hopefully. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comment section of my interior room designing, but we want to make them pretty decent. I don't know what I'm doing there, just plonking the door in the middle of nowhere, as you do. We seemingly now cannot move that. Yes, we can move that. We're going to place the bathroom there. Of course, we do need a bathroom. Everyone has to respond to nature's call. And I think we'll go and actually put 3 toilets. That should be plenty, to say the least. We'll move the door over here on entry. That's probably the best way to do it. And then, of course, we've got a couple of sinks to place along this wall. Invalid collision. Anyway, that's disappeared, so that's absolutely fine, no need to worry about that. We don't have any bins at the moment, which I do find slightly concerning, to say the least. These guys aren't the cleanest, and they're probably not going to be the best at putting litter in bins anyway. We'll probably need a janitor or two fairly soon, but we've got a couple of hand dryers going over there. Is there space for a plant? That is the number one question. Yes, there is space for a plant. That will do for the moment until we got some bins. We have unlocked a shower room now. We are really depleting our finances. Did you hear that? I think our students might be hungry. Hold on, Albert, mate. We've got to slow this down a tad. We're going to go for a shower room first, and then I'll have a little think about a couple of vending machines. Why not go for a couple of them, of course? Get your cheesy gubbins, an absolute staple of the 2-Point games. We love to see them. I'm actually thinking we might place them on this wall next to the toilets. It is totally different rooms, so we don't need to worry about that. It's not that bad, really. Of course, we've got a few shower cubicles. Really like this, of course. We wouldn't have had this on 2-Point Hospital, although, really, with the amount of time people were spending there, we probably could have done with a few toilet cubicles, and not only that, shower cubicles too. We had, of course, toilets, but no showers. We could have done with some of them by the amount of time people were taking there. I am going to have 3 different racks, because I do really think that we're probably going to end up needing to have 3 if we've got 3 people in showers. You know, you don't want to have to share towels, you know. We're not being the most hygienic with the fact that you're going to have to share dormitories, but, you know, it's okay. It's absolutely fine. We're going to place a hand dryer or 2 over there. We only need 1, really. And, of course, the much-wanted plant in the corner, nicely spruce things up. And this is looking pretty decent, to say the least, I'd say, at the moment. A couple of sinks going along there, and that is pretty much sorted. Traditionally, campuses offer a range of food and drink to, you know, sustain life. That always helps. Add some vending machines, that will do. We don't need anything fancy here. We really, really don't. Apparently, this is some sort of a... that's a door. That is the door. Right, okay. I thought that was another towel rack, but it is the door. That's absolutely fine. Never mind. But we now have a shower and a bathroom sorted. Look at that. We got our dormitory going on over here, our science lab, and, of course, our lecture room. So we now have more challenges. Place 1 cheesy gubbins and 1 burp machine. We know which one's best, don't we? Got to be. I was going to emails there. We don't want to do that. Got to get your cheesy gubbins. We'll place some maybe along this wall over here. I hope we do unlock bins. I need some bins at the moment. An absolute necessity all of the time. And hopefully we're going to get some of them. And there we have it. We have unlocked the bin. Just as I was talking about needing some of them. If it were up to the students, I'm sure we'd all be living in our own filth. How nice. Luckily, they have very little to say in the matter, and we are going to be able to sort that out. Let's hire a janitor and place a bin to keep things nice and tidy. Placing a bin isn't particularly difficult, to say the least, but we are going to go around and place a few more of these. We do need these. around the hospital, especially around the hospital. We're not doing 2 Point Hospital anymore. Still used to doing that, of course, but we do need a few of these around our campus. Now, I'm going to go for one next to the door, as we always do, and then probably one between those two sinks over there will do nicely. And a bin in here. We don't want the floor being littered, and I'm not sure how often our janitors will want to walk in here, so I think we're just going to go and place a bin, and hopefully the students learn how to use one. I know it's quite a challenge, but surely they can learn how to use a bin. We are now going to hire another janitor. Well, I say another janitor, we don't have one yet. We've got Sebastian Tundra. He's a little cold, to say the least, but I'm sure he might seem a bit cold-hearted on the outside, but I'm sure he's warm and friendly on the inside. We've got Brad Dangle. We've got Percy Mullet and Leo Aubergine. So tempted to get him for the sake of his name. We do seem to have maintenance skill, aerodynamics. Aerodynamics, it's not off F1 cars, is it? Boost movement speed, 5 plus movement speed, 5% movement speed. Okay, that's an interesting one. Maintenance, and we get maintenance and aerodynamics there. So we are going to go with Percy Mullet, clearly the best option. Gets hungry easily. Doesn't even go here. Well, that's great. And toilet comfort decreases slower than most. We are going to hire a janitor. Off you go, mate. Percy Mullet, get going. Let's see how the students do in their next class. Then we are already getting ready for our next class at the moment. Wulfric back in action over... Oh, we just finished. We should actually be having maybe a lecture fairly soon in the lecture room. That'd be fantastic. Let's see how they do in their next class. We have to pass the scientography class with grade C+. What is going on there, mate? What is going on in that wardrobe? Oh my gosh. Oh my days. Wow, this is quite spectacular, to say the least. He's got too many things in his wardrobe at the moment, and there's now a portal. There's now a portal. This is mad. Absolute madness, which we love to see. Absolutely fantastic. We probably do need to hire another teacher. We only have one at the moment, Joffrey Wielder. Hopefully he can wield some teaching skills. Drymouth gets thirsty easily. Not too much of an issue. We've got some burp juice. Lollygagger moves slower than most, but we'll have to place him right into the action in the lecture room to get a bit of a move on, so he doesn't have to walk all the way over there. But certainly going well, actually, aren't we, off the start, I think, to say the least. We are starting and going pretty well. If you guys are actually struggling with some of the levels and how to sort this out and how to progress in the game, then I'd advise watching some of these, because this could help you. You know, if we manage to progress onwards a bit further than you've managed and you got a bit stuck, then do watch these. It could be helpful, could help you out, and of course, anything helpful, it's always a good one, isn't it? If we can help you guys out and continue progressing in what is an absolutely fantastic game. First impressions for me, 2 Point Hospital, but better. It really, really is such a fun game, to say the least. Plenty of little joking around things. I'm sure we get to see so much more. I mean, the amount of depth that we've seen already just at the start of the game is absolutely incredible. Mate, if you need the toilet, don't go to sleep. Really, come on. Come on. Everyone needs a toilet at the moment. I'm afraid we seem to have 3 toilet cubicles at the moment. Get a move on. Get a move on. I'm not going to look over them, because that would look a tad weird, to say the least. We are still waiting for this scientography class to start. Come on. One of our teachers gone for a stroll. As you too. Haven't got any emails yet. Bit of a shame over there. I'll be interested to get some of them. That's one of the things I know we can certainly do. What do we have over here? Course management. Timetable. What is the next option? We can't go over there. That's a bit of a shame. Oh, we can. Staff. Students. Campus overview. We've got loans and so on. Plenty of different things. We can sort of get some heat maps too in terms of attractiveness and other things. They are certainly quite beneficial to understand what you need to improve in your campus. We've got a few benches over here. I must say, these are high quality benches, not hospital ones that we saw in 2 Point Hospital, which is nice to see that we got some higher quality, nicer ones. A social table. Why don't we place a few of these in the middle? Why not? Go for some of these. These could nicely fill this area. We don't have a student lounge at the moment, but we can certainly have a nice little area over here for those little young'uns. I say little young'uns, they're all older than me, so I can't really say that at the moment. But, you know, for these guys to kind of relax at the moment. What's wrong, Frederick, mate? What is wrong, Frederick? You're sulking. Not Frederick. Wulfric. Sorry, mate, getting names wrong now. Sorry, Wulfric. At the moment, how is he doing? He seemingly has quite low health, unfortunately. How is he learning, though? 131% learning rate, which is fantastic to see. We still do not have a class going on. I'll be really interested to see what's happening over here. We've got a bit of chemistry, it seems. If you need to learn on chemistry, you can have a look at this. And finally, we get to use the lecture room. Let's see what happens over here. Might be learning about a microscope, it does seem. Or planets, cats in boxes, closed boxes, and plenty of other things. Cats, again, cats really do explain chemistry well. Don't know what that is. Someone's got a bit excited with their biology drawings, to say the least. And now she's getting test tubes together, pouring them together. That looks a bit sloppy. We've got some cool stuff happening. She's juggling with them, exactly. Fantastic to see. She's dropped them on the floor. It's gone a bit wrong. And welcome to university, people. We may be on a bit of a budget at the moment. Sorry about that, students. How are you doing, Wolfric, there? Are you enjoying our class at the moment? Learning rate 119%, that has gone down a tad, which is a bit of a shame, to say the least. But at the moment, we are nicely completing the lecture as it stands, 88% of the way there. She's talking about what seems to be our microscope at the moment, and that is it for the class. She has completed it. Our students have passed. C+, very solid. Well done, those students look smarter already. The better they do, the more money they have to fund their campus. Who's smart now? Yes, we certainly are, Albert. We make a good combination. Yes, you receive tuition fees from all the students enrolled in courses at the campus as well, as a bonus for how much XP they're earning. Absolutely fantastic, of course. Really, focusing on your students being happy is so important, because if they're happy, they'll get good grades, and then they'll continue their courses, and you get the tuition fees. You know, it is capitalism, but by making students happy, you are going to get a bit more money. Enjoying a bit of a burp drink over there, fantastic to see. And our studious clown, Piper McGuffin, is currently... Oh, it's not our studious... laughing matters, though. Laughing does matter. I do certainly agree. Thought we had a studious clown, then. Maybe I'm going a tad mad, to say the least. One of our teachers, Alison Foster, didn't get flustered at the lectern there. But in terms of assignments, satisfy students' needs is just one way to improve our grades. Next on the agenda is a spot of studying. Luckily, the students have just been given their first assignments. Got a bit of homework to do. Never a fun thing, but I suppose it can always help. Completing assignments is a great way for students to earn XP away from the classroom, though it does look like they need some new facilities. Yes, we are going to probably be building a library now. Check your inbox to see what they need. Our emails, welcome to your inbox. Yeah, we know about that. We know about emails already. Not that exciting stuff, but this is telling us Wolfric Halfmoon, the guy we've been following round, our personal favourite student. Can't really have a personal favourite when you're running an educational setting. Who cares though? It is 2 Point Campus. Pretty much anything goes. And we are going to build a library. Everyone else does agree. Well, 9 people agree. And I guess that is everyone else. 9 plus 1, 10. We don't have any more at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. We are going to go for a fairly big library to start with. I don't know how big this does need to be, but it does kind of need to be in the student section over here, because the students are going to be studying. We probably need one of them, of course. Librarian will be sitting over there. We'll have to hire, I do believe, an assistant works at the library, so we'll need one of them or a couple at least. And then we've got textbook cubicle, computer cubicle, and study cubicle. Plenty of cubicles then, to say the least. We are going to start with a study cubicle, then we're going to go for a textbook cubicle, then we are going to add a computer cubicle. We are going to spin around, go for another one of our textbook cubicles, move the door, because that's currently not in a convenient place. I do prefer to have doors in the corner of the room, because it gives you the rest of the room to be able to place more items and, of course, useful things like our study cubicles. And we are going to place yet another one of these, and then we are left with plenty of space in the corner, as always, for the plant. And now we have to add in our notice. My days, that is quite a brimming notice, to say the least. Very full. And we now have a couple of these lovely old bookcases to add in. We do need a few of these. It is a library. After all, we do seemingly have one of these that you can go for. I don't know how we're going to work this out with bookcases at the moment, because we do have this large central area in the middle. I think one bookcase will do. We've got one back there too. And now our students can continue along with their day and complete their assignments before our next scientography class, but they can't, because I've just realised I've made a classic mistake and forgotten to hire an assistant. Cat Fudge, D Hands, and Ralph Dynamite Well, we've got plenty of different options here. All of them cost the same amount, so I presume they're all a similar quality. Either comic timing, 5% chance to provide comic relief, or 4% happiness. We want that extra bit of happiness. We'll go with that. And we are going to go with Ralph Dynamite. Hopefully isn't hot-headed and ends up exploding with anger in front of our students. But he is now going to be working in the library. We've got our librarian sorted. And we can now complete a couple of assignments over there. Some of our students are completing assignments in the library. Yes, I do know they have got some eyes. Don't worry about that. Do not worry about that. Meanwhile, over here we've got a bin. And our janitor has currently cleared that out, doing a much of a better job than we, of course, had on 2 Point Hostel. Overflowing bins all the time. Let's see how our students do in their next class as a result. You can see we've got a few Bs popping up as they complete their assignments. B, very solid. So we're improving from C's level 5. Great to see. Question is, how is Wulfric doing? Has he completed his assignments? That's certainly what we want to see. At the moment, he's currently an A. That's brilliant. Well done, Wulfric. He is very close to an A plus in terms of learning rate, 124%. Wulfric is quite the student, to say the least. And look, even better, we are making friendships now. Absolutely brilliant to see. Oh, you gotta love that. Gotta love that. University life, absolutely fantastic here at 2 Point Campus. And now, of course, we have our next course, and, well, our next lesson in a sense, and it is in the Science Hub. She is back, Alison Fluster, doing all the work, it seems, in our campus at the moment in terms of teaching, and we should have another class of students ready to start learning fairly soon. Here we go. We seem to have our class clown entering, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the other half of students who haven't yet had a class. Now we have to pass a scientography class with grade B. Very interesting. Nice to see they haven't had a class, of course, in here yet. Let's see how they do. We had Wulfric's class earlier, and I'm going to name this class after our lovely Piper McGuffin, our class clown, providing plenty of fun for our other students at the moment, but still working hard. Level 3 there as it stands. And, oh, look at that very interesting cube evaporating into snowflakes. Lovely to see. It might not be winter anymore at the moment, but, you know, in fact, it might be winter. It is winter. It's January at the moment. I was mistaken, of course. Academic year, unlike on 2 Point Hospital, so it's going August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, and July at the end of it all. He's really aggressively working that hammer at the moment there. Hopefully, our sphere doesn't shatter into smithereens at the moment, but our hospital, not our hospital, keep saying that, our campus is doing fantastically well. We have made a monthly profit of £7,000. Very, very solid to say the least at the moment. That is great to see. And your students have gone from C grade chumps to B grade brainheads. Let's recap how you did it, shall we? That is absolutely fantastic. Then, educate, provide better staff and facilities to improve your students' grades, make students happy and comfortable to increase their learning rate, that is course nurturing, and expand, earn more cash by growing your campus and enrolling more students. There we go, we are really growing as a campus now, and this playthrough is certainly on some wheels. Congratulations, you've earned some kudos for completing objectives. I do love some kudos. 230 in the bank. Spend kudos to unlock new items as well as staff outfits and interior design options. That is fantastic to see. Unlock an item with kudos. That is our challenge. What are we going to go for? I'm thinking about our scientography class, and we can add some more items with kudos. It's very, very interesting here. Experiment station. That would cost 15 kudos. Science station. At the moment, we've got plenty of different decorations, but we do want to go for some of these. A science unit. I'm quite tempted, actually, though, by the momentum marbles. Nothing sounds more exciting. We might have thunderballs and microscopes, but momentum marbles, they are going to really add to our room. And what I am going to do is I'm going to just place this awkwardly over here for the moment, and then we are going to sell that item. We are going to then pick this up, move it across, and we have unlocked our momentum marbles. That is certainly going to help our students learn, I am sure, although they are just going to smash the marbles against each other and they'll move. But pretty fun thing to have in the classroom, isn't it? And our next challenge is to finish our first year on campus. we have 6 more months to go. In terms of faculty and facilities, we have to employ another staff member and build a staff room. We have now unlocked the staff room, and of course they need somewhere to run away from our students at the moment. Alison Flust has gone for a walk to escape the madness inside. How? Oh, I thought... Okay, how? How is the single plant in the middle of our lawn? That's a slight bit of an issue. Come on, let's do the weeding, guys. Come on, janitors. Let's get going. Let's get going with some weeding. But we are now going to build... Well, we've got plenty of different options at the moment. We've got staff room, student lounge too. So we are going to start with the staff room, of course. Our staffs do need a bit of a break, to say the least, at the moment, working really hard, especially our main scientography teacher has done all the work. I swear I did hire another teacher who has done absolutely nothing, to say the least. We only have to go for a 3x2 room, but we're going to make it a little bit bigger. They deserve a break, to our staff, so we are going to expand this one slightly larger than we need to, as we did, of course, in our 2-point hospital playthrough. We ended up building a massive staff room in the last video, to say the least. We do, of course, need to place a couple of vending machines, as we always do. What would life be like without vending machines? We'll place them, I think, along this wall, and then a bin. And our staff, you know, they hopefully do know how to use a bin, unlike our students at the moment, which is slightly concerning still. We have, of course, got a plant to place in the corner, a feature of every room, and certainly a necessary one, and a dartboard. Really interested about that. A cubby holes, how staff communicate. Right, okay, we are going to not get overwhelmed by all these exciting different choices and different items that we can go for. We're going to start with a good old sofa over here and another one on this side. Then a couple of armchairs. Armchair or wraparound chair meets in the middle. I think we're going to go with a wraparound chair. That looks pretty nice. That's going to cost us the exact same amount as the armchair. We can't, unfortunately, rotate it how I want to, but we can place that like so on the sides, and we have got ourselves a nice little staff room going along here. If I place a couple of tables, that'd look pretty cool. This is going fairly well, to say the least, and a lamp or two in the corner. And now the entertainment part of the room. We've got to have some darts going on, don't we? I love this idea of some darts. I hope our staff come in and play a bit of darts, because this is going to be just as entertaining as watching the students doing their classes. Oh, we do have a different sofa. We can use a different sofa. That's very nice, actually. We are going to have a look then, because that's quite a nice sofa. Although, actually, I think we'll keep the other two. That goes pretty well. All right, so we have a brown sofa, and then we have a sofa. So, you know, brown sofa, what do we go for? We're going to go for one of each, you know. We're going to get the best out of that. We're going to go and have one of each. And then we do, of course, have one of these little cubby holes. How will staff communicate? That is basically what it is. We are going to place one of them over there, and look at this. For a staff room at the moment, we have got vending machines. We've got a bin. We've got a plant. We've got our little cupboard up here. We've got our seating, and then, of course, some darts. Our staff need to have a go at these darts. I want to see what's going to happen. Surely there's going to be a very cool animation for those darts. And straight away, she is not... Alison is not waiting at all. Gone for a sit down. And our other teacher, who currently hasn't done anything at all. Please, mate, just do something. Oh, he's walked down. Take a class or two. You really, really could. But no, staff room instead. No, just don't want to go in staff room, do you? Right, now we have to look at a student lounge. Something a bit more exciting than a library for them. I am going to move our library along, I think, at the moment. How do we do that? I don't entirely know. Of course, we are learning at the moment on 2 Point Campus, and we are also coming towards the end of our very first episode in this series. They are going to be a bit longer than our 2 Point Hospital playthrough videos, but we are going to be going for a proper series. We are going to be looking to really work in our, well, very first campus here. How do we move this room? Pickup room, that's how we do it. Finally finding how to work that out. That's certainly going to help us out at the moment. We do need an assistant over there. Oh, that's because I've moved you out. Sorry, mate. Do you want to go over there? Oh, we can pick them up still. That is very, very helpful. We can pick them up. But so far, Our staff have been doing a pretty decent job, apart from we did hire another teacher who wasn't doing anything, and I suppose, you know, we don't have loads of classes to do, so it's not the end of the world, but we are now going to build a student lounge, exactly, I'm sure, what our students want to hear, and we are going to make rather a big one, I do think. We could go this sort of a size, I would say. 5 by 5. Is that a bit too big? No, it's certainly not. We need a fun place to relax for our students. And what a collection of items we have to use. We don't have a table football unlocked at the moment, but I want table football. So, you know what? We are going to splash the kudos, and we're going to go for table football. You know, forget about requests from our students. They're having table football, whether they like it or not, because I want to see a bit of table football and the animation for that going on too. Along this wall over here, I think we're going to place our cooking. Of course, the students can have an attempt at not blowing something up. All we got is a microwave. I mean, I haven't gone to university yet, but do tell me your funny university stories down below in the comment section. Especially about food. They're always absolutely hilarious, to say the least. I mean, what do you remember from university? What do people remember? It is certainly not about, you know, what you learned, what classes you went to. It is all about the other shenanigans that go on too. We do need a fridge, of course. I'd kind of forgotten about a fridge. How much do we need over here? We don't need loads. I mean, let's face it. Can they actually cook? No, they really can't cook, so it's not much of an issue, really, is it? If we don't have that many cabinets. We're going to place our lovely fridge over here, and of course in the corner the bin, which they probably won't use, so I don't know why I'm even placing it in the room, to say the least. We do of course have some darts once again, probably a bit more dangerous considering it's in the student union, but it's okay, we'll survive at the moment. I do hope to be able to unlock some more exciting things too. That'd be pretty cool at the moment. I say student union. Did I say student union? Anyway, we will unlock the student union in a bit. We have to employ another staff member too. Do we go for another indoor table? Well, we're going to have to place our darts somewhere, aren't we, to say the least. I think we'll have our darts going along here. And then, of course, maybe we could go for a sofa or two. We need some bar-like stools over here with some tables, of course, once you've been served, as it seems through. Oh, look at that's really cool. I love how so many items on this game are varied, they're different, they're more interesting, because you place two of the same item and you won't get the same decoration in this situation. Like over here, as I'm sure you can see, we've got entirely different things on the tables. They're customized, they're personalized. Over here, of course, different colored chairs. They're not, well, they are all the same, but of course it is quite cool to have so many different options. Either loads of different options that are quite similar, or it's the same option but it's nicely made more interesting. I absolutely love how it is working at the moment on 2 Point Campus. For me, racing-wise, if you're going to go for it out of 10, 10 out of 10. Out of 5, 5 out of 5. You get the point, guys. It is an absolutely spectacular game, and I'm sure I'll be able to elevate that to 11 fairly soon. What have I forgotten about? Vending machines. Of course, we need some of these. I mean, let's face it, they can't cook, so they're going to have to live off cheesy gubbins. Not exactly the best thing to have to live off, I suppose, you know. Not that nutritious, but you're in university, you know, just... It's never going to end well, is it? We'll go with a burp drinks vending machine over there too. And of course, we got some more fun to be had with our lovely old table football over here. We think we're going to put that mildly in the corner. Maybe we'll have it there, like so. So we got our darts, we got our table football, we've got some nice seating here. We do want to place a sofa or two. For those who want to sit down for a minute, take a bit of relaxing, you could sit there right next to the darts and, of course, the table football. Not sure how safe that is, but, you know, safety is not really the priority at this stage. Is it really? We were building a university. They're probably going to poke each other in the eye with the darts anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. We could actually move this armchair, not the whole room, out of the building. That would not be helpful, but we can move the armchair over here. That would actually work. Why not do that? There we have it. Look at our student union really coming along nicely now, to say that it's a bit of hand sanitizer on entry. Come on, guys. Let's have some clean hands before we start making some food for each other. I'm really excited, actually, to get to the gastronomy course, because I do believe that with the gastronomy course, you are able to get your chefs in, of course, if they're doing the course, and they can actually cook food for each other. I'll be really excited to see that, and that will, of course, be quite beneficial for our students, maybe to have someone who can actually cook some food, not some weird concoction, maybe made of some salmon they found in the fridge and some weird other thing that probably isn't edible. We've got to have some nice windows going along here. Why not have some of these massive, huge, staring like windows? I mean, they are absolutely huge, to say the least. And look at that, our student union. If we have a look at this and click edit, as I'm sure you can see, prestige level 7 student union. They are going to absolutely love this, to say the least, and they are going to be staying here. They are going to be spending plenty of time, hopefully going to do their studies. We'll just place a lamp over there too, and that is our student union sorted. We have done plenty in today's video. We do need to hire another member of staff. We already have 2 teachers, 1 assistant, and a janitor. We probably need another janitor, I think. We might as well invest in one of them. We've got to get another one. So, Dolly Masterstroke, Byron Wood, and Ernie Pollard. I think we are going to go with Byron... No, we're going to go with Dolly Masterstroke, just for a name. She doesn't even go here. Okay, that's great stuff. And iron bladder. Toilet comfort decreases slower than most. A lot of our employees have iron bladder. I don't know why, but they seem to do. Statement, February, year 1, and we've made a profit. It's like less than last year, of course, but we did spend quite a bit of money, to say the least, on potentially going for some upgrades in terms of going for our lovely old staff room over here and our student lounge. Says number 1. Maybe we'll build another one in the future, but we are looking pretty fantastic, to say the least. At the moment, we've completed an assignment, A+. Well done there. Who was that? Henrietta Belcher. Belcher. We'll go with that. Belcher. Absolutely fantastic to see there. A+. 96% of the way there in year 1 out of 3. Spectacular to see. We have some very successful students already. Can someone else go to the library? That'd really be quite helpful. You know, we want to complete that challenge for extra credit. And, of course, we are progressing onwards to complete our first year here at 2 Point Campus. More action in our scientography class. Look at that. We have a weed. We're expecting a weed infestation on campus. Wasn't expecting that myself, but we're clearly going to have to prepare for that too. Hopefully our janitors, we've got 2 of them now, can get on top of that. Look at Wolfric. How is he doing? Checking him on once again. A at the moment. He's going strong and steady. He should be at that A+ in no time. His learning rate is 119%. Very solid. Come on, Wolfric. Let's keep this going at the moment. We've got to follow a student, of course, and he is the chosen one at the moment. Wolfric, half... Oh my days, what on earth is happening? In-game rain! Oh, this is absolutely fantastic to see, because, of course, we didn't have this on 2 Point Hospital. We have got in-game rain. This might be why we're expecting a weed infestation. And into March, we have made further monthly profit, which is absolutely fantastic to see. What do we have? Course management timetable along here. We're just going to have a look through at what we can actually do at the moment. Not too much, as it stands, unfortunately, but we are looking pretty decent, to say the least. I mean, we've got our student lounge going. What is happening over here? We have completed that previous challenge. We've got to satisfy 2 personal goals and develop 2 best friendships. That's what university's all about. Tree Branch wanted Dave Rainbow and Piper McGuffin. What a combination. I knew I liked my friend. I just didn't realise how I like my friend. Okay. Yeah, that's normal. Tree Branch, and we unlock that with 15 kudos. You know what? Let's keep them happy. Our very first request. We are gonna... My days, that is massive. We are going to go with the love bench so that everyone can awkwardly walk past and these people can awkwardly sit on the bench as everyone stares at them as they're on the love bench. But what a lovely bench that is, I must say. What a request. It does look quite nice, actually. Massive, too. So we're at least spending 15 kudos on something that's actually fairly worth being there, to say the least. We have to satisfy 2 personal goals. Are you alright there, mate? You want a student lounge? Well, we've got a student lounge, mate. We have a student lounge, and we have satisfied a personal goal. We are going to satisfy their personal goal too by having a student lounge. Everyone wants a student lounge. It's already there, mate. It's already there. We are currently not making that much of a monthly profit anymore heading into April. Only 4,000 this time. Of course, we do have a few more staff on board at the moment, and we still only have 10 students. Now we have to develop 2 best friendships. And of course, we are back in the lecture room once again with the microscope too. We are all learning. This is, of course, the class that started as the second class. There are classes of 5 students at the moment, so of course this is what I'm calling the second class with our class clown too, and we are now going to get to see some mixing of test tubes, as we like to do. Maybe not qualified in chemistry, but at least you didn't spill it on the floor this time, so that is quite an achievement to say the least. Let's head over to our student lounge, see what anarchy is unfolding. Not too much at the moment, actually. Someone's just sitting awkwardly down at the table, and our janitors refilled the machines. Of course, gotta have cheesy gubbins in stock, and no one's currently in the library. Where is everyone else? Oh, look at this. It's Wulfric. Who is he with? He is with Tessa, and they're dating. Oh, that's lovely to see. Absolutely lovely to see. Wulfric and Tessa are dating. Absolutely spectacular, to say the least. That's a bit more than a friendship, gotta say. I don't know if that will count as a best friend friendship, but look at the love evaporating from them, sitting on that love bench. Absolutely beautiful to see. Into May, 4,900 profit, and those two are now going to go on their way. Absolutely fantastic to see a bit of a romance evolving. Assistant needed in library at the moment. Come on, assistant, get a move on. No one can be doing their assignments at the moment. We don't want to be having that at the moment. You know, we need to be getting our students learning and improving to get those A+ grades. Our janitors, though, working hard to clean up the crisp packets on the floor. You need a brush, didn't you, for that, mate? You really did. Needed a brush for that. Can we develop 2? We have developed another best friends relationship, and now we are just heading towards the end of our first year. So why not? Why not? Let's go and complete the final 2 months here at our campus, and then in the next video we will get into our second year. We have another scientography class going on at the moment. Oh, our pendulum kind of thing. What's it called? Momentum marbles, like Newton's cradle thing. Yeah, that's always nice to see. That didn't particularly do much, but you know, it's nice decoration to say the least. That's certainly important. And once again, using our massive machine here. Fortunately, it has been repaired 100%. That is fantastic to see. And in June, we aren't making as much of a profit. We do hopefully make a bit of a profit in our final school month, July. And then that will, of course, be it. That will be the school year over, the school year completed. Meanwhile, over here, look at this, those two dating once again. Have we had a progression? Sweethearts. Oh, that is absolutely lovely to see. We are going to be following the story with these two. Do not worry. Wulfric and, of course, his sweetheart, Tessa Mania. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a bit of a maniac there. Come on. Absolutely fantastic. This is spectacular. I love how on DuPont campus you can see these relationships. And it's just so fantastic to be able to follow someone and just have them go in, get treated, and leave. Meanwhile, we have an A. Fantastic to see. We have completed with an A. We got some friends at the moment. Piper McGuffin, our class clown. Currently, C+. Maybe needs to focus a bit more on learning than messing around in class. But, you know, it's the fun of university. I'm sure we'll be able to get going with one of our students over there. As I said, I love to see this. Oh, look at that. A little hug. Absolutely fantastic. What a way to start our 2-point campus journey. Then with a couple of sweethearts in our hospital. And these guys are going to... My days, these guys will not. These guys will not stop. Sweethearts, and that will soon be evolving even further. And that is the end of our very first year at 2-point campus. Congratulations, you're finished the academic year. Let's head to the end of the year awards to celebrate and see how we did. Let's go there then, shall we, Albert? To our end of year awards. We have pigeons currently sitting on top of the stage, but year number 1. Let's continue along, shall we? No one's graduated. We'll be keeping them all for next year, which is fantastic to see. We'll be able to follow the story with the likes of course, our lovely sweethearts. We'll see how that evolves. 10 are continuing along. No one has failed, no one has been expelled, and no one has dropped out. Fantastic to see. And our average exam result, very, very solid at 86. We have got some very studious students, and we take campus of the... Yes, we do take campus of the year award. Wasn't expecting that. Freshley Meadows 2-point. Average environmental attractiveness 75%, very solid. Average room prestige 4. Fantastic way to start our playthrough. 10 kudos and 5,000 as a reward. On to pass rate, no graduating, no continuing, as we said, no expelled, failed dropouts, but 86% exam result, very solid, and pass rate at 100%, a very successful first year, and that is where we are going to end today's video, pretty much. Summer break is the perfect time to prepare for the year ahead, build facilities, make unsustainable design choices, that's quite accurate, and bask in last year's glory. And that is where we are going to leave our very first video in this playthrough. We have a staff room, we have a scientography class, or science lab as it is called. We have, of course, got our lecture room, a library, a student lounge, a dormitory, a shower room, and, of course, the toilets. It is looking like a bright future for our first hospital here, and, of course, we should be heading towards 1 star fairly soon. But as always, thanks a lot for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel down below if you haven't already. And if you want some more content, you can click on a playlist or a video on the screen at the moment to get some more 2-point campus action. But once again, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you all very soon when we start the new school year, our second year here at our very first campus in the game. And of course, we'll be continuing to look how the relationships blossom and the grades rocket. As always, I'll catch you all very soon with some more 2-point campus content.